So what does Flipster Talon want to lane against this Ember Spirit?
Could just be Earthshaker.
The Huskar.
Both still in and up.
Gosh,
Your favorite Jenkins?
Gosh darn
Oh,
last
no.
pick DK here.
I mean, okay.
Welcome. Game number 1 between Yakult and Talon. Right, that's the plural, but we're going to see first blood here for sure. This is a good old-fashioned team fight. WS goes down first. Ollie with the first blood of all the heroes. Makoto's going to drop a double kill for Ollie already. The brain drain is real as Jokum on the run. The ion shells are going to stack here as Fly makes his way over as well. Shadow Realm going to delay the inevitable. And Jokum will be taken to the grave in addition. That's a lot of brain drain. 3 kills for Yakult.
Versus Ember, very DK favored lane. So far so good for Emo though. He's actually pretty much drawing with Makoto right now.
And but bottom lane, Fly on top of the Magnus. Mr. WS will
Jokum
fall.
trying to fight back. No way. He has a chance here.
Trying to use the Brambles to his advantage, but you can see he's resigned to his death here. Only a matter of time now. And Jokum should be able to clean him up. Oh, okay. Unless he turns around and runs away, but eventually does end up with a double kill. And this lane is disastrous.
Yeah.
0.
Yeah, I think he was 17-0 in 3 or 5 or something like this. That's how I remember it. He completely popped off. I think it's so fascinating.
Bunch of rocket barrages. Now the shackle to come. Baboka, though, coming in. It's off the meta. The ion shells activated onto both heroes as 23 Savage does have to be a bit careful as Cuckoo. He's just going to get run down. The chicken goes off. I forget the name of that. Foul play. Thank you, SyndereN.
Yeah. And here comes Ollie. 23
Beyond
is
still
dead
being
too.
chased by 23 Savage, and Ollie's like, I need more brain drain. And he will get it. And the kill.
All right.
Boy, oh boy.
The team
Talon are going to have to take a team shower after this one.
The team with terribly...
Of course. Talked about the building hitting not being super great for Yakult. They're showing it here. But they do have the Ursa advantage.
Emo with the haste.
Oh, they do have the Ursa advantage, the Roche advantage. Searing Chains cancels the TP. Baboka in the vicinity as well. Congregations of the Deep. Baboka will take the kill. Okay. That's,
well, he can buy a shard now if he wants to. Okay, he's changing build. He's going Diffusal.
Oh. Diffusal.
Now we're going to go down.
Ollie going to take a Bedlam. He's actually worked quite a bit, as we talked about. But the Dark Willow will die instead. Mr. Jokum.
12 in.
Oh, boy. 23 Savage again. Does get the call down off. Doing a decent amount of damage. And WS comes to play. They can use the Global Science. He can try to TP out, and he will. So desperately needed that one. That was very close to Talon finding an extremely important kill. They still find themselves in this ginormous 7K hole.
Fly's in a hurry to farm. He didn't even heal to full in the fountain.
Yeah, why bother?
I'll eventually regen up, I guess.
23 Savage, no HP. Yikes. Just getting worse and worse for Talon. This feels like it didn't happen yesterday, but the day before, similar vibes where Talon in the first game just did not show up at all. That's why we got that shower meme.
Yesterday it was in the 3rd game that
yeah,
they got
that's
crushed.
True. Too much showering could be a problem as well. They get the skewer into the RP.
Oh,
he dodges it. Emo, very nicely done. They get the silencer, worth a decent amount of gold, but it is going to cost them dearly. 2 more dead for Talon. And Fly, it's just a matter of when do you want to kill Roche, because it's his choice.
Yep. The answer is now. Probably going to let Emo tank this a bit for the shield run. You just have utter map control here on your Yakult. You know, it doesn't take...
Skewer already used.
A degree in rocket science to figure out where the heroes have to be. Process of elimination. You have so much information on the side of Yakult, so you know where the heroes are. It's just a matter of running down there.
WS in the meantime. Looks like he'll be uncontested in the camp here.
He's going to buy Yules, which is one of the best items in the game against Ursa, because it has full duration during Enrage. One of the very few things in Dota that is not affected by status resistance. Oh, Makoto. Oh my god, he's actually just going to run him down in his base.
In his own base. Goodbye. Fly continuing to absolutely slap around Talon in any way that he sees fit. Oh, Cuckoo. All right, he runs into the bear. We'll get the Hex off, though. Fly, thinking about it. Shackle now. Reinforcements are on the way, though. Talon will have to back away.
I have to say, I'm starting to worry about whether a shower will be enough for this one.
Yep, you might need a jacuzzi.
Now, what's an upgraded shower? Trip to the water park in the break. You got 15 minutes if this one nearby. Very quickly all together go down the slide in a conga line.
That's a good team building experience.
Yep. I just can't, like, if these two Blink Daggers were Midas's and we were just farming for another 10 minutes, I still don't. Yeah, you just don't have the map, so it doesn't matter.
It might not have mattered in the end, but yeah, I think we are just waiting for the next Roche. As I say that, 23 Savage, all he's doing is trying to farm Emo.
He has to BKB to live here. He might not even live.
He will not. BKB charge expended, WS, skewers an illusion.
Skewers himself.
True. Searing Chains in the base, and Yakult just reminding them that we are in control right now, just in case you've forgotten. They're going to poke at the high ground without the Aegis, forcing out the fortification. And Baboka and company going to amalgamate to the bot lane now with a Metamorphosis. And this is going to be the tower at the very least.
Funnily enough, this game could be a little bit of a morale booster potentially for a team like Gaming Gladiators.
Yeah, true.
Because when they got absolutely smashed yesterday, they were probably down in the dumps about that. But then you wake up to see this, you're like, okay, Yakult are probably on fire. We might not need to make as big of adjustments as we might have thought. Mikoto.
Yeah, it's not me, it's you.
Yep, that's right.
Mikoto batched up and Terrorize. Not going to be in time.
Lane racks down. Everything came crashing down in the first 5 minutes, honestly, of this game. And the really good teams will just, chalk it up to that. We fucked up. It happens. And then you go next game, and it's about the mental fortitude.
Here. They want the bear.
Yes,
on top of him. He's already used his Enrage inside of the Serpent Wars, but a big vac wall onto basically everyone for Talon. RP onto 2, but it's not going to matter. GG's called, and mercifully, Talon taken out. Took a while, 27 minutes. Felt like that was literally over before the horn rang.
Can we get a 23 Savage on camera? I'd be curious to see if he's still in his chair or if he's getting a towel in the closet right now.
Yeah, before and after, if the shower is coming.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's.
He does not exactly look thrilled about the loss.
No.
But understandably so. Of course, got absolutely obliterated in the most one-sided game we've cast of the tournament, I believe.
Mikoto is a TA enjoyer. But I think one hero that Yakult might pick up is Queen of Pain. We saw him played yesterday.
So it is an off-lane Dawnbreaker.
Okay, so actually one of the more standard lineups we've seen from Yakult, right?
Of course, neither of them have it leveled yet, but the point stands. Only one hero is allowed to have this ability. Impale.
Beyond hits level
23
2.
Savage under the hammer, burning down as Beyond takes him out with the Starbreaker. First blood again for Yakult.
10.94. So it seems like it updates every server tick, actually. So it's just a completely gradual.
Yep, gonna need sub-tick added to this. As Shackle rather onto Baboka. Beyond trying to help him out. They will lose their support. Starbreaker doesn't fully connect onto Cuckoo. And now 23 Savage forcing Beyond away, but he does have the majority of that creep wave coming to him. Meanwhile, pounce upon Fly in that meta form.
So 23 Savage is creating a bit of distance. He's level 11.5 to the 8 of Terrorblade, almost 9.
He's going to get impaled. Hammer to follow. Starbreaker going to be mostly mitigated by the refraction, but Ollie's coming to play as well. Finger of Death. You had to praise him, SyndereN. 23 Savage is dead. Melt not going to do too much against the Corrosive Haze.
Easiest curse of my life.
As Cuckoo will drop next, so double kill for Beyond. And is this actually, wait, which facet is it? It's not the fist, is it?
Shard on the way for Beyond. This is a major increase in his teamfight impact. can reliably cast Starbreaker and get it fully followed through before he gets interrupted by Shadow Shaman. Doesn't have it just yet,
Guardian. Not gonna find the full connection, but Emo was going on top of Makoto. There's a turnaround though as the Rolling Thunder set up by the Shackle.
Fair to say, mission failed.
And Beyond looks to be next on the list. Completely surrounded. That's gonna be Deso stack for 23 Savage. Meanwhile, while this was happening, Joachim has a shield rune and is gonna be such a nuisance. The Dark Pact takes off the Impale. As Baboka will be the third death here for Yakult. So finally, somebody finds some separation, and it is Talon.
Definitely a couple of suboptimal plays here from Yakult. Don't really like that two-man go on the Pango. It's way too easy to counterplay next to the tower, and Cuckoo is on the money with an immediate response. At the same time, I also think Baboka could have survived that Slark. Cast the Earth Spike.
Oh, Fly pounce from afar.
Really
Joachim and company.
find.
This is an even bigger kill. Down goes the TB.
All right.
Talon now sporting a 4K net worth lead.
Looking great for Talon, though. If they can keep this up, this is when you're playing from ahead with a Slark 4, it feels really good. Like, whenever the early game goes well for Slark 4 teams,
Oh, Emo. He gets
their win
the
rate
initiation
great.
onto Joachim. That is a bad target, though. Solar Guardian coming in, but I think Emo's going to die here. Nope, they're going to turn around and 23 Savage instead. Rasta next on the list. Emo did fall, but so far a 2-for-1 advantage. Yakult. Double kill from WS. He is doing work as Makoto with the Rolling Thunder, hitting basically everybody left from Yakult. Fly still in that meta form.
I don't think this is that good in this game. I have to say, I think it's better to get some more burst damage to kill with your Slardar. My concern is you arrive and you have this pulsing heal, which is all fine, but the type of damage output that the enemy team is proposing is extremely explosive. It's Timber Saw, it's TA.
They try to jump onto Joachim, but they have the Yule's counteraction. Makoto now the Rolling Thunder. Solar Guardian applied, as they're going to get the Serpent Wards on top of Ollie. Cuckoo, the foul play does activate as WS coming in. Half HP, though, has to be a bit careful. They lose the two supports onto the Yakult side as Fly. Well, he's trying to run away now as 23 Savage applying some pressure, but Emo can come back in. Does get the blink off on time for 23 Savage. They lost their Pango. Likely the fight will break up here. Fights are kind of elongated, it feels like.
Yep. Good fight for Yakult, though. And the Yules from the Slardar really paid dividends there on the opening. Bought the time for Dawn to come in, was still standing a fighting chance after. Now he's going to get Yuled himself, though. Yeah. Yule again.
Chakram. It's going to end up dealing a lot as 23 Savage makes his way over, gets a meld strike onto Emo, double taps him, but he's fine. Timber Chain to the other side, and now Talon on the retreat. Good trap is a huge crush from Emo. He gets deleted for his efforts, but it might be worth it. They take 23 Savage out. WS doing a ton of damage. He gets a double kill with the Whirling Death. Fly drops as part of that grouping. And Talon are going to clean house. That was as close as it gets. There was three members on about 10% HP, and the Whirling Death just destroyed them.
Yeah, that you have the axe then, whereas let's say you had a damage item and you play for the glass half full way of thinking where you initiate, you could actually find burst kills with your Dawn. Let's see now, though. They're on to 23.
Rolling Thunder initiation. Solar Guardian is coming. Okay, they get the Starbreaker on 23 Savage. He is melting. He, of course, has the Aegis. BKB wearing off. Beyond will finish the job. All they lose is the Lion so far. Well, I say that as Ollie drops to the deck, so both supports down, and the mass TP Exodus. One canceled on the Dawnbreaker. So Beyond, gets a nice Starbreaker, though. But won't be able to take anybody else with him. So in the end, a 3-for-1, if you want to include the Aegis.
That's why I make sure to walk through the gym with 2 pizza boxes so I can see other people.
Jealous.
Working. No, I like to see them flexing, not the flex of having 2 pizzas, but people actually flexing their muscles. It's fine. You will understand eventually. Clark gets out. But it is a pretty good flex to have 2 pizza boxes. Here he goes. Up. See you later, Baboka.
Yeah, he is down and out, but the Starbreaker destroys 23 Savage. That is a big kill. Joachim uses the ult along with Makoto, and Ollie inside the wards will drop. Emo looks to be next. He's just not tanky enough against all of this damage from Talon, even without their TA. That's 3 dead now for Yakult. As Cuckoo was being pursued by Beyond. Looks like he will. Oh, yeah, does get out the shard, making it a little bit more annoying.
So 3 for 2 for now. Let's see if Joachim can... No, can't connect. You can see the mindset. I think Yakult have the right approach. You have to kill TA with everything. Just throw literally all your stuff at her, kill her first, and then try to build a fight. Because if you don't, she's going to kill every one of you. Didn't even get the BKB off there. And the Terrorblade gets a BKB after the Skadi so that the Mikoto Pango impact can be mitigated.
Oh.
Things could get interesting. Oh, he actually gets found up here.
Get the Impale off as well. Joachim, though, is going to focus on the Lion. The Crutch comes out. Mikoto able to get
He's out of
his
mana.
roll up, though. Does not have anything else at the disposal, and he will drop.
Oh, shit.
As a finger of death onto Joachim as well.
Uh-oh.
And that's going to feel good seeing that rat bastard die.
Yeah, love that rat bastard. I think you just buy probably butter, either butterfly or or Daedalus, right? One or the other. Not sure what he thinks is more valuable. I guess the evasion is less valuable. Tia has MKB, so yeah, never mind.
He's gonna get the Rolling Thunder. Oh boy, Lion already dead. Fly gets off the BKB and the meta. They're gonna be able to take out the support until as well. So it's a 1-for-1. And now Fly, yeah, have to redirect your attacks from Joachim. Just too elusive right now.
This is dangerous for
WS. Is very deep. He gets off the reactive armor along with the BKB though. Joachim's illusion doing quite a bit on the back line as Fly getting kited a bit at half HP. Actually gets blown up with the Ags from WS. And just like that, the fight is over. Yakult losing their big bad TB.
I want to get rid of these Ghost Scepters for the sake of their TA.
Nemo going to be the recipient of another Rolling Thunder. Starbreaker available for Beyond. Gets it onto 2. Solar Guardian continue to heal Emo, but just too much burst damage. And now Beyond has to run away. It's WS with that Aghanim Scepter about to blow up. And now the tier 3 will fall. 23 Savage repositioning. Has the Aegis, of course. And WS can get in very deep. Buyback from Emo. It's off the Crush, but the BKB still active for WS. That's that long-range Timber chain. They get the Hex onto the TA. This is a lot of damage coming out from Fly. His 23 Savage might be losing his first life, and he will. But they have the repositioning from Talon. They can definitely protect him the second time around. As Yakult actually want to go back in. WS gets instantly crushed, dispelled as well. The double Yules on top of the Lotus. Another grouping from Talon. There's a shackle onto Emo. This is going to be a dieback for him. Into the grave he goes as Beyond gets a nice Starbreaker onto 2, but the silence on the Fly. He gets hexed. No Sunder to come. No way to get back in. GG's call. Talon. They show up for game 2. They remember that Dota is here to be played.
Night and day from game 1 to 2. A masterclass, especially from WS, easily the MVP of this game. 18, 1, and 12.
Yeah, it's an interesting pick. Once again, we don't really see Wraith can carry much. Kunkka is in the pool. So it might be like a... Is that an Orchid Kunkka first then? Or do you think he's just going to go Blade Mill?
I hope he plays for himself.
Oh, well, I don't.
Should find out.
Why? Because you want to go there and take a
Because
shower?
it feels like they're just waking up and playing, or they should probably be awake for a couple hours before.
And the
have
location
better
matters
results.
for this because
As Joachim taken out, Ollie takes first blood. What do
it
you
just
mean?
elevates both heroes so much to run them in the same lane. Mikoto onto Beyond will get the X mark, but
Oh, the smoke screen make that a little bit more difficult. Does get it off in time, though. And they get the Frostbite on top. The Wheel of Wonder not going to have any use.
Great
they get the
snowball.
snowball from all 3. Beyond trying to get out. The Coil doing quite a bit, but they do lose their Darkseer as Emo has to back away. Even though there's so many low members here, Joachim might be taken out as Cuckoo goes down to the rotation of Fly. See, the Illusory Orb will be used to take out Joachim. So 2 for 2. Not for this hero.
I would think not.
Coil from Emo. Immediately snapped, but here comes Babok with a smoke screen. Tusk able to get the other side. Tricks of the trade, not quite enough. Snowball. Retribution. Baboka, okay, the box does save him for the time being. They take out the Ringmaster. And Baboka will get out of dodge as Emo being chased by the bear. WS thinking about joining the fight as well. Beyond, though, in the meantime, being chased as Apparently 23 Savage does kill off Emo. I can find the torrent connection into the Frostbite. The vacuum not going to do too much along with the halberd, but Beyond.
Big kills.
Taken to the Beyond. 3 for nothing.
Yeah. A little bit around this Radiance timing and put some pressure. And of course, this is a hero you don't really want to doom. Unless you absolutely have to. So, Beyond will get caught by Mikoto.
Yeah, Boat will clip him. Got the snowball on top, and they can doom if they want. They will.
That was not necessary.
Fly shows up. And this will be a trade, even the coil use, so a lot of unnecessary spell usage, it feels like.
The coil was definitely better than the doom, I would argue. It's also a lower cooldown. Not having doom for the next 2
He's been
minutes.
itching to use. Pretty rare non-Midas game.
It's kind of ironic in the patch that is notoriously right now considered slow to not buy Midas on doom.
Yeah.
But
oh, Emo. Knife coming.
Oh, this is...
Ollie. He's going to box himself, but still finds death's door.
Nice and easy for them.
And yeah.
A blade for Baboka and 50 gold.
23 Savage. Next item is the Nullifier. Super important this game for the box.
Yeah. Gonna get the blink first.
Surge. Of course, any of the itemizations to come from the side of Yakult. They already have the Yules. As Mikoto gonna miss the torrent. As the coil expended from Emo, not gonna go through it though. He has the curve on his side, but the doom goes off and Emo's dead. Fly, boat, box, lots of B words. Has his ultimate to work with, but the rest of his team is crumbling around him. Beyond, trying to help out as the reincarnation comes out. The wall is placed. The freezing field on top though. They've already lost 3 as Yakult having to hightail the rest away.
What's going on with Emo? Getting off on the wrong foot. The good news for Yakult is Darkseer is one of those heroes that just can recover and turn the game around. But putting a lot of pressure on him after all now on Beyond.
Oh yeah.
And Ollie's dead. Again.
He shall perish. 3 minutes with the Aegis still.
Oh, 23.
Yep, he's going to be caught off guard. Smoke screen's there, but the BKB from 23 Savage still has his Enrage. Not able to find a kill, but at the very least he does not drop. Still sticking around. There's the coil, only onto 1. It's the Tusk, but they're going to jump back in is Talon. Life number 1 from the Wraith King. The Tusk getting super low, will drop along with 23 Savage. He's extremely low, gets the back wall off. That's 3 in there, and that's the Aegis down for 23. But you would think they're able to clean up here after the fact. And that is the death of the Wraith King as the Wheel of Wonder comes out, but avoided. Teams are getting so much better at just not falling into that trap. And Emo, oh, he's gonna be able to find a nice kill. Gets off to the north. Tricks the trade to follow, and they actually killed WS as well. Emo being quite the nuisance. Yules is gonna try to, nice torrent onto 2 heroes from Mikoto though. And this bear is going ham. 23 Savage wants to continue on as Emo this time does jaunt. So that button is working for him.
But they are showing signs of life there.
Yep, there's a little bit there still.
And in that mess of a fight, Emo found himself 3 kills, so he's now going to be approaching the Lincolns. Still a lot of ground to cover.
He does not have his ult, as Talon have come to claim what is theirs. 2 more kills. If we were doing that quiz with this clip here and the BKB recipe in his inventory, I would have said Herald.
Okay.
That's why it can be deceiving. Of course, there are some ways for Talon to get through the Lincolns, but should buy enough time for Emo. And they scan out so they know, and this is actually really important for Yakult. They have to come out on top or at least even here. Fly spotted. Emo with a nice waning rift onto the CM. Beyond gets the double vac wall. Cuckoo on the outskirts is going to be taken up by Baboka, so that's the first death. The box right now on top of the Wraith King. They're going to get the punch onto Beyond, stuck inside these shards, and that's where 23 Savage is trying to get to, but he gets to the other side, and now the Doom applied to the Darkseer. They get life number 1 onto the Wraith King. Darkseer will tick out eventually. It's 23 Savage versus the Wraith King, but it's not fair. The rest of his team has shown up. Pops the BKB. Baboka back in the fight. Forcing out the BKB onto 23 Savage along with the Enrage. Ends up not getting full value there. That did require a buyback for Jokum.
Now all back in the base. Time to smoke up. Wraith King ulti at the ready.
And Makoto gets the tier 2 by himself, but now the initiation right on top of him. He's going to pop the BKB, and here comes the bear as well. WS gets the Doom onto the Darkseer, out of the fight for now. Life number 1 of the Wraith King is out as 23 Savage getting kited a bit. The box as well as the Jaunt keeping him busy. Ollie eventually will die, but it does take a while. They do tick out that Darkseer with the Doom, so 2 for 1. Well, next Roche, once it spawns, will almost certainly go to Talon, and that is probably the final nail in the coffin. As Fly, he's caught off guard, he's hexed, doesn't have his ult, pops the BKB, and chop down will fall.
Yakult, more like no ult.
Oh,
thank you, Lacoste.
I almost vomited in my mouth.
Yep, that's right.
That was really bad.
You should make sure you never cast with Lacoste, or you would genuinely just be.
But that was not Lacoste.
It was. Oh, he would absolutely have said that. I'm sure. I'm about to get a WhatsApp message right now. Sometimes when I make a dad joke in a cast, he sends me a KEKW sticker. I'm not even joking. He loves his dad jokes.
Talon.
That's a kind of underwhelming way to end this game, most likely, unless they can hold this. That was not the...
This was not close, man.
No.
Games are just so weird. They're gonna lose with a whimper, it seems. Second lane will go the way of Talon, so only one more lane to go.
30 seconds. They're gonna respect it, but the problem is, sure, you hold your third lane, but you're gonna lose.
Although...
Yeah, they know Yakult must come and contest this. They actually get it in time.
Pounce upon them. Emo spotted, hexed. They likely have the damage. Torrent, even the Doom, just in case. 90 seconds of no Emo. Darkseer nullified, destroyed. And back to the pit they go if GGs aren't called, as Baboka gets the damage rune. It will almost certainly cost him his life, though.
Only almost, though. They could have all disconnected and failed that.
Yeah, do they even bother? Well, I guess the lanes, they're pushing the top. They could just go for...
Definitely go down and force any and all buybacks you can. And as it turns out...
GG's this call. Yeah, this was a disastrous game for Yakult, but Talon bounced. Game 1 after the Game 1 no-show. So,
great recovery and turnaround for them.
Yeah. There's a certain point where you get used to the feeling, you know? You have the confidence that you can come back, and that is a virtue. Now, the next thing to work on is for that to not happen to begin with.